What's up, guys? Here we are with another review. A little bit unfortunate with this one. That seems to be the theme lately. This one is one of the better tournaments, I guess you could say, on Ignition. It's the $10, 10k chips, 10-minute levels, $1,000 guaranteed. So a lot of tens in this tournament. Yeah, we've played this thing about 6 or 7 times, and we've only cashed once. But that's okay. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win it one day, not today. Spoiler alert. But let's go ahead and review. I think there's some good hands reviewing here, especially when it comes to playing versus a specific type of player. I may have made a mistake against that player, but whatever. You'll see. Anyways, in this tournament, we had 18 places paying, and I busted up 40th, so yeah, I mean, we weren't too close to the bubble to really sweat that. Let's get started. Alright. We'll play this hand. Looks like a chop pot. Alright, raising our suited ace and 3 under the gun. Up enough flush. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so I feel like I missed out a bet here. Because we flopped top pair, top kicker with the nut low draw. There are clubs out there, but we also have a club blocker. I think I would have liked to bet the flop here instead of checking and letting 20 see a free card. So we do turn the wheel, which is nice. We bet, he raises. I'm pretty sure we have the same hand at this point. No? Oh, he made a flush number. That's unfortunate for us. He's probably gonna call with that hand anyways, but I still like betting on the flop better than checking. Alright. Here we are. Oh, this is just a big blind. Check fold hand. Yeah. Moving on. Alright. Alright, we dealt double suited aces. That's pretty strong. Get 2 callers out of position. I check it. Now, again, I think the reason why I didn't bet this flop is because, like, there's so little reason to. I would have rather like check raise and just like bet out. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe betting out was the right choice. We're not really afraid of anything. I think I was kind of leaving them some room to either catch up. We have the best flush draw, and we don't want to scare away like second best flush draws. And we do have the second best low draw with the pair. So I just felt like there was not much that these people can have, and that's why I checked to see if anyone would like put out a semi bluff or something like that. It didn't happen, and they just check folded in the turn when I bet. So not much I can do differently in that hand except maybe maybe bet the flop anyways. But as of right now, I don't see much merit in that. While I'm doing this, I'm also staking my boy Yuri. 47 is looking like he's picking up some chips over there. Started with 10k, now he has 12k. Pretty good. Win the thing, dude. Alright. Another suited ace hand. I've been playing these suited ace hands more aggressively lately, especially when I have like a Broadway with it, raising the pre-flop, where I think a few weeks ago I was flatting it more often than not. Anyways, I just missed this flop and fold. I guess we could have floated around, but I didn't feel like risking that many chips so early in the tournament. We did register this after the second break, so we started with about 50, a little more than 50 big blinds, which I think is a sweet spot for this tournament. I mean, one time I registered this thing very early, got all the way to the bubble, and then busted, and it was like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. And it was so stupid. So I'm definitely going to register this tournament later from now on. So we get in here, and it looks like we win half the pot or something. I don't know. Ace 3. No. Oh, okay. So this is a funny one. Okay, so let's review this one. This one's kind of silly. We have Ace 3 in the small blinds. Limp. Raise. I thought it would have been too tight to fold, especially given this guy only has like a pot-sized bet left after he makes his bet. You get 3 callers, and then the flop comes pretty good for us, right? Only thing we're losing to, the only thing that has us in like big trouble is a deuce, which seems pretty hard to have. But even if they have just a deuce, we have a lot of catch-up cards with flush and backdoor, nut, low draw. We bet we get raised. This guy goes all in, and I decide to call. Given too much equity and given the price that we're given to win the high. I mean, like if a heart comes and no one boats up, I just scoop the high, right? Unfortunately, we don't make a flush. We do, however, make a pair and pretty bad low, right? The 8 low. But fortunately for us, both of these guys had a deuce in their hand, so I guess a heart would have been pretty cool. But he actually makes a full house in the river, and he actually flapped a full house, so bad luck for that guy. But you shouldn't be playing all diamonds in your hand, buddy. That's your problem right there. So good to pick up some chips there. This tournament was so freaking swingy. Like, my chips went up and they went down, and you know, I was down to 5,000, and then I ran it up to like 37,000, went back down again, I went up a little bit. Crazy, crazy chip graph, if I could show you one. I think do we get walked here? Is that what happens? Oh, yeah, double suited aces, we're gonna raise it and just take down the pot. Which seems fine. Okay, under the gun again. I get dealt suited kings and 2 low cards. I guess raising here is fine. I just thought folding would be too tight. But maybe it's not too tight given that I have like 8 people in the hand sub back behind me. So maybe folding that is okay. Tight, but maybe that's the right play. So yeah, I just fold when this guy bets out of position, which I also think is kind of a weak play. But I also felt like I didn't have much many draws. I mean, I'm just gonna hang on to a king. If he bets the flop, he's gonna bet multiple streets. Am I just hoping that he like checks the turn? And if he's actually betting with like any 2 pairs, I doubt he's gonna check the turn unless it's exactly a heart. But even then, I mean, he might not. So yeah, I think folding here was good. Maybe I could just fold the flop and save myself some chips. That's alright. Alright, moving right along. This one. Alright, we're gonna raise it up with our suited king and second nut low draw and very strong hand. Alright, so I bet out top pair, top kicker in the situation. There are clubs out there, which is kind of scary. I make 2 pair and I jam it. I really like this play. It helps that I made a king 2 pair because I'm beating all of his 2 pairs. I don't think I'm losing the sets. But it makes him fold all of his low draws, so I'm kind of like fighting for the entire pot without a low draw. The 2 pair definitely helps, but maybe he'll also fold like his club draws, his low draws. So that's fine. I think this bet's really good. Maybe I could consider making this almost like a bluff line too. Like, let's say I didn't have a king and I did bet the flop and the king came. Like, this card is pretty much a brick for most hands that called the flop. I don't think there's too many 7 king, 9 king. I mean, a king cannot improve his hand, basically is what I'm trying to say. So I like getting it in here. I think we'll get it in good if he calls, and if he folds, we'll probably make him fold out a bunch of equity. So I think I played that one really well. Which is funny because later on I feel like I make not so stellar plays, but it's against different opponents, and I felt like it was the optimal play against those people. Like, even though the way I play later on isn't the best standard way of playing, I think against my opponents, the opponent that I chose it against, it was fine. So we have a huge hand here. I think if I were to ever 3-bet with this hand, it would be in this situation. Knowing what I know about 61, and here's where it gets really fun. Knowing what I know about 61, I would have 3-bet this hand for sure. But obviously a free turn considering that they would probably check it to us pretty often. So let's see what happens. He bets, and then we just fold, which I think is the right play. I mean, we don't have enough of this board, and the player behind us. It's okay. Let's do calls. Check, check. Bet, and we got fold. Alright. Anyways, yeah, we're moving on here. Maybe our aces would have won. Maybe against this guy. But against 61, our aces definitely did. But whatever, we weren't going to see 2 streets of that. Alright, so this next hand. 15k chips, another really decent hand. Oh wait, this is a different hand. Okay, so again, this would be a hand that I should be 3-betting, I feel. I know it's not ace deuce, but I have a nut suit and really strong high cards. Okay, so I do flop top pair, top kicker, and a backdoor low draw. If I'm 6 here, I bet this guy calls. So the diamond comes. I feel like if I'm calling his bet on the flop, I have most of the diamonds, and he should have very few diamonds, probably, right? Especially when this last diamond comes. I don't think he has a flush too often, but I can't really bet and have him like check raise me if he actually does have a flush or a straight or something like that. Yeah, I do make 2 pair, but it's not the best 2 pair, so I think just checking behind is my choice. That's what I do. And this guy shows up with like nothing. I mean, it was insane, right? I mean, he called my bet on the turn with like 75 low draw or 73, I guess, which is awful. Anyways, that's kind of when the alarms went off in my head that this guy was pretty bad. We're gonna watch a lot of the hands this guy plays. Because he does some wonky stuff. Min raises here, it's called, whatever. He check raises, gets it in. No 8s! He didn't have any 8s. He just fought the nut low and he went with it. Which is a good recipe for getting quartered sometimes. Which should have happened, right? What happened here? Okay, so this guy has ace 3, this guy also has ace 3, so who wins the high? He wins the high, if I'm not mistaken, with a pair of 2s. 2 pair. Yeah, so this guy is like insane. He started out with 90 chips, remember that, right? He started with 90 chips. Now this guy is playing literally every single hand. Every single hand, and I normally don't show the other hands that people play in my review, but I think watching him play later on. So yeah. This guy's playing every single hand, and he keeps getting wrecked. I mean, he got it in pre-flop with this garbage hand, and he didn't win. Started out with 90k, now he's back to 53k. He lost 40k just like that. I mean, like 4 starting stacks just gone. So when I have my kings here, I'm definitely going to play them aggressively against this guy. Jeez, man. I think the reason why I checked the turn was because I didn't want to. I didn't want him to check raise me, which I saw him do earlier. And he does check raise me on the freaking turn anyways. He could have had nothing, but I just preserved my stack. But maybe I could have went with it. I mean, he probably just had a low or just air, which is possible because we've seen him play every single hand. He's still playing every single hand. He plays this hand as well. I fold, and this guy just repots it and gets it in. He has kings, so he actually has a good hand this time. Still gets wrecked. So yeah, this guy, 100% of hands. Raise, raise, pots, in position. All in again. And then they chop up this pot because he has a pair of jacks. Insane. That is not a good... This last hand, that was not a good Omaha high low hand. It's barely a good Omaha high hand. So knowing that, I played this hand a little bit differently. So, or maybe not. I mean, I lent this one. Maybe I should be 3-betting this hand. We're getting in against this guy. I have a low card and kings. Pre-flop. So I decided to check raise him on this one. I just felt like he had very little. I have a backdoor low draw, He shouldn't have too many 3s. I mean, he could have a 3, but I mean, he could have anything. He could have just a low draw at this point. I feel like my kings were good. I also had a backup flush draw. So I was really happy getting it in here. 6 comes, he has nothing. Literally, he just had a pair of 10s. And like I said, a bad low draw. So, yeah, we're up to 37,000 chips. And I will note that 37,000 is enough to cruise into the money. Like right now, pretty close to it. I mean, see, right now, there's 24 players left. The average stack is 44k. I would have had 37, which is a little bit under average, but given like half of 24 is 12, so that's like a final 2 table stack that we have right now, just from this guy donating chips. Which is unfortunate with upcoming hands, but we'll get there. Okay, so he has 10k left. He has 10k left. 10k. And then he just like has a straight. Yeah. He has a straight. This guy got it in more reasonably against this insane guy. He just has a double suited hand, decided to go with it. Oh no, oh, sorry, a flush. He flopped a flush. How rigged is this, right? And then another hand that he plays. Here we go. Just pops it free every single time, gets it in, no problem. So I think everyone's picking up on this, and they don't mind trying to get it in with this guy. So we're all having the same strategy. This guy is insane and horrible and loose, and we all just want to take his chips and knock him out. Okay, so in the same vein, right? He pops the pre-flop. We have an extremely strong hand. Ace, ace, 9, 4. So we have the ace 4 low draw. We have a pair of aces right now. We have a flush draw. Some wheel potential. So I just decided to pot and try to get it in with this guy because I definitely have the best hand, no doubt in my mind. This guy re-raises here. So given that we potted, we can't fold our aces right now, especially since this guy's gonna call anyways or reshove or whatever. So we call. 15k behind us, still like a starting stack and a half, plenty of chips. Whew, flop comes. That is not a good flop for us, like at all. But we do have a low draw, and we do have blockers, so it's hard for them to make straights. And we also have aces, so if someone has 2 pair, we're doing fine, right? So the turn river, I mean, this jack is awful. So many people have straights now that didn't already, and then the 5 comes, so we make an ace 4 low. This guy shows his card. He has ace deuce, which is reasonable. He got it in free, and a double suited hand. High cards, low cards, and this guy's hand is really close to ours in equity. I think we're ahead. I don't think I need to do the math for that one. And then this guy, once again, in with nothing. He has 4-3, 8-10, right? But he flopped 2 pair. How rigged is that? So rigged. Yeah. And then so he's gonna win the high, he's gonna win the low, and I'm sitting here with aces cracked. So yeah, I definitely got it in good pre-flop for sure. For sure. It was unfortunate that the guy in the small blind called us, but I feel like we made the right decision against the type of player that was just donating. I don't think, I mean, even if he wasn't the donating type of player, I would have gotten it in with most other people. And I think that like flatting it and letting everyone else in the pot would have just been horrendous. Anyways, okay, so I have this thing plugged into Pro Poker Tools, and I'm gonna just like unroll it right here, show it to you guys. Okay, so given the exact hands, this is our hand right here, and this is the guy in the small blind hand. I mean, he woke up with the freaking monster, so he has more equity than us. But this guy, 24% chance, right, to win anything back. And then on the flop, he flops 2 pair. This guy still has more of a scoop potential, and he has like a straight draw, flush draw. Yeah, I think he also made a pair in the flop. No, he didn't. But yeah, yeah. So this dude was in the lead, and our aces are just shriveled up at this point. Turn comes, awful turn. You know, lower equity. Unfortunately, the low did come. I think if the low didn't come, right, we would have won half the pot. And our only ounce was like an ace, a jack, which would have given us a better 2 pair, 7, which would have given us 2 pair. Unfortunately, we miss, and then there goes like a 22k of our stack. So yeah, I think that's fine. We have to get it in if that's the action pre-flop. I don't think there's any reason to do anything differently. Maybe I could have 3-bet smaller. I guess that's the only thing. I mean, how big was my 3-bet? He made it 3, and I made it 12, which is 3, 6, and 10. So 4x, which is fine. And even bigger just to get his whole stack in. Unfortunately, he's got with the monster. That's unfortunate for us, but also unfortunately, this silly man made 2 pair. Alright, let's check out this pot. Next pot. So yeah, we're gonna shark it off and we're gonna play it on. We get down another reasonable hand, so I decided to raise it. Called. Flop 2 pair. I pot it. Everyone folds. Okay, 2 pair against this guy is plenty. We also have what, like, not much low draw potential, but we do have the 2 pair and a very dry board, and a 9 blocker for straights. So yeah, our pot was fine there. Probably no reason to let him see a cheap free card. And once again, this guy chips up. Insane. Check shoves. And he has, I think he flopped it straight. He's played every single pot since he sat down at this table. He folded this one. Look at that. So he's capable of folding. Very next hand. Very next hand. Okay, so this hand isn't that great. I mean, normally I would fold this to a raise in the cutoff, without a doubt. But against 61, I feel like he makes so many post-flop mistakes, and he's so loose that I have to see a flop with his hand. So, given that was my choice, when I flop 2 pair here, top and bottom pair, I have to go with it. I feel like top and bottom pair have been my the bane of my PLO8 life thus far. I mean, I've lost the 30k with it. Both the $30 tournaments I played, I lost with 2 pair. One of them was even top 2, didn't work out. And here again, this one. The reason why I don't love having 2 pair here is obviously there's a lot of low draws out there, a lot of flush draws out there. I mean, I kind of have a blocker with the 6 of clubs, but it's not really much. So when the action comes out like this, when 61 just pots it, I think it's fine to raise and get it in with it, because he could just have a king, he just have a low draw. He has a flush draw that kind of sucks, like along with one of those things. I doubt he has king 5. Anyways, I think I'm fine getting in with him just because he's so loose and it's just a generally bad and loose player. Folds, and then he rivered the ace to scoop the pot. So yeah, now he has ace 3. Given his exact hand with the ace deuce, we were probably 50-50. I think he has a little more equity. I think it's like 40-60. And if it's 40-60, me getting in, it can't be that wrong. Just unfortunate that we keep losing our chips to 61, who's just like an absolutely abominable player. Anyway, so that's the end of the tournament. Kind of a frustrating end, but I think that given who I was battling against, I don't think I made too many mistakes trying to play big pots with him. Especially when I had like a decent chunk of equity and I was ahead most times. Alright, anyways, my boy Yuri over here, 47, doubled up. Good for you, buddy. Try to hang in there. Before I check this video out, I want to check to see if our friend 61 is still in the tournament. Wouldn't surprise me if he's not. 61. Wow, okay. He's first in chips. He's first. A yellow tag says that he's awful. And he's first place in chips with like 14 starting stacks. So yeah, that's one way you can play poker, and I guess it paid off this time. Unfortunate for us. Anyways, that's the end of this review. Kind of frustrating, but I think I kind of showed off some strengths of my game and a few weaknesses, maybe trying to exploit that specific type of player. Anyways, it was fun checking out. Thanks for watching. Bye.